This is a video I wanted to do for a long time, and it's about 5 experts I follow the most, and each have their own individual traits. First off, it's Sam Bonfield from the FPL family. Now she has like 6 top 100k finishes. Her specialty is actually picking out nifty differentials to gain ahead, and also planning out in the long run. That's what I learned from her. Like, the long run is the best way. FPL is not a sprint, it's a marathon. We have to play the longevity. We have to look at players who has the best fixtures for like the next 5 or 6 game weeks. So this is really important, because sometimes we forget that in game week 1, like it's the upcoming game week 1, we might process our team in a way that it will only help us to get through that game week 1 fixture with the most points. But what about the others? What about the next few weeks? So I always look at the players and their fixtures and how they rotate with each other to help me gain those ranks and help me have good above average points each week. So yeah, slow and steady wins the race here, and she proved it time and time again. So yeah, basically this strategy works. Don't go for the jugular from the start. Get slow, see the players, look at the fixtures, just see out the game weeks one by one, slowly, because there is time. There's like 38 game weeks in total.
Worst option. I think better. I think this will finish. I think when Newcastle finish last half of the season, finish as Chelsea, he won't be in the start man. He goes. Do you not think he would? I think he would. But I don't really how does he feel the team is in the 4-3-3 and Fpl Manager. She's already playing like the attacking those two. Even if that's his position too. So I got a good point here. So are we looking how many forwards? I think that's I've got Lock, Angelo, Lock, Trippier, Rock, they're all locked to me. The only one I'm not sure about is Zinchenko. That was previously Chilwell, but he managed it in bits. It'll be 3 seasons, so I'm not too sure about him. Still not sure about Jake, like you said, but he's still back to the top. For us!
For whatever reason, we missed the deadline by Thursday. We don't miss deadlines. We set our bus teams in the right order.
So, first up, talk about 5 million keepers. Yes, well, at least in the one, the first one too. But, what about David De Gea? He's also 5 mil. He's 7.4%. He's going to be Man United's number 1. I mean, he's a but last year. Still says Blackpool. Nick, where's he jump on there for you? I do.
Listen to us apart. He knows really well. If you train something, but he's quickly learned. He got so down getting the cup. He always has game optics and always look for. That's how next up is Mark McGavin, the FPL general. He's a very different manager from the last two I talked about. What I've learned from him is the mental issue of the FPL game. Like, if you have a bad week and Twitter is gonna be a toxic place for you, switch off your phone, go for a walk or do something else, come back, I'll say 2 days before the deadline, gather all the information, and then you'll be refreshed enough to be optimistic and be motivated to do better this week, rather than if you instantly look on Twitter after having a bad game, you'll just feel more horrible about yourself, and you'll just make rush transfers and stupid decisions that you'll later regret of doing. You're just gonna say, why did I do that? So just switch off your phones, or don't pay attention to any football FPL related stuff, and come back 2 days before the deadline, and you'll have a fresh mindset, and you'll actually do better than you could do better than last week, because you've learned your lessons, you know what to do, you're in a calm place, and you'll make better decisions eventually. This is what I learned from the mental stuff. He's also very I would say attentive to all the matches. Like, he watches the matches initially when it's live, and then he records that match and he plays it back again to see what things he have missed with no emotion, because by that point he already knows the results. So that's how he plays. That's how he knows which player is gonna be good going forward and which are not. And that's a very interesting take. I would really like to try that. The simplest way to try that actually is look at extended highlights from YouTube from all those teams, and that's what I'm gonna try to do this season. Yeah, he's a very formidable manager. Next up is Mark Sutherland from FPL Blackbox, aka the godfather of FPL. He's ranked. His rank history is incredible. He once finished 42nd in the world. That's incredible. Like, the things I learned from him is the stats. I always check out Blackbox, the stats. Like, he's the only one that he makes stats easier to understand. That's what I always tune into FPL Blackbox's streams. Watch it on the replay most of the times, because it's late around my time zone. But he makes it very clear and understanding that stats. He makes his own charts. He analyzes home and away forms. He analyzes other different matrix and stuff that I didn't even think that anyone else would have actually thought of. And he's a very stats-based manager, and one thing he always does is overthink a lot of his decisions. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it bites him on the ass. But that's what I sometimes do, actually. I overthink things. I don't know what's the solution of it, because FPL is such an effective game, and I won't blame him for overthinking things, because we all want to have that perfect transfer planned out, that perfect drop, that perfect team to get us through those rankings. The things I learned from Mark Sutherland, I'm still learning. The stats he possesses every single week, gathers with great info on players and teams, even the manager. He looks at the manager's tactics, behavior very deeply, and yeah, he prepares all of those in a matrix, stats, like all of those things. He's truly, for me, the guy to go for stats and understanding, like analytics. He always relies on the model. The model, he likes to call it, the model says this, the model says that. So yeah, that's how he rolls. And finally is Magnus Carlsen. I know he's not very active on Twitter or in FPL videos, but I mean, he was once #1 in the world for a couple of weeks. I think in December 2020, I think. And the thing I liked about him was his approach, his brave and bold approach. Like, he sometimes doesn't care how much ownership the player has. It's about the output and what things they can do in the next game week. So he once transferred out Salah, who was highly owned and was informed for Son. And Son just outscored Salah for 2 or 3 games before he went on to the Asia International Cup for South Korea. He scored like over 20 points each, over like 40 points in the next 2 weeks. Like, it was mad. I was astonished. Even last season, when in a double game week, Liverpool had a double game week, everyone captained Salah, but he captained Robertson, and Robertson absolutely outscored Salah that week by a mile. Salah only got like a goal and assist, but Robertson had clean sheets, Robertson had goals, Robertson assists. Like, I don't know how he fixed that, but I really want to do that and try to do that sort of thing if I can, if I'm really brave enough. He's a very unpredictable manager. He loves looking at stats, but he also relies on instincts. The FPL General said about Magnus Carlsen is that players like Magnus Carlsen relies heavily on individualism. It's their individualism that gets through them in the higher rankings and also winning eventually. This was it. And that was all the experts named who I follow. I hope you liked it. I don't plan on changing or following I don't plan on changing these top 5 experts anytime soon, because they've really helped me throughout my journey in FPL. Learned each thing from them, each individual trait, and I hope to put it all in me so I can actually do better at FPL. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and catch